Hey guys, Blazie here. So as I'm recording this, I was going to do an Am I the A-hole video, but as I'm recording this, 2 days ago on the Adelaide Reddit, there was a post that is, Adelaide, what's your opinion on furries? So if you don't know, I'm from Adelaide, Australia. So seeing this, I'm just like, yeah, I need to find out what Adelaide's opinions on furries are. That sounds interesting. Yeah, so I was going to do Am I the A-hole, but I'm going to do this. If you still want an Am I the A-hole video, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you. But let's get into this. I'm basically just going to read through the comments on the Reddit here, and so, yeah, enjoy the video. Let's go through this. As with anything, respect goes both ways. Very, very, very true. Don't go harassing others, then I don't give a F what you do. Yeah, that's very true. That's how I stand on a lot of things, you know. Just don't mess with people, don't hurt people and all that, and you'll be fine. As said by others, there are always bad apples within any community. So long as nobody's being harmed, it's all good. It just doesn't take a lot of research to discover horror stories of the furry community. Oh, is that true? It's not wrong. You type in furry into like news articles and all that kind of stuff, and it will generally be a lot of bad stuff that's on display, or just the news always gets it wrong. Or just, you know, over-exaggerates things and all that stuff. So it's really not hard to find horror stories. But at the same time, yeah, from even just like the latest giant furry convention that happened in America recently, there's a couple horror stories that came out of that, like a dude biting someone else's finger because they're on drugs and all that. And it's just like, not hard to find horror stories, that's for sure. Some replies to that. That's fair. There seems to be more weirdos in our community than the rest of us would like to admit, but as I said before, we do try our best to kick them out and exile them. We don't support any type of zoo stuff or anything. I just don't like when people assume we do, haha. But yeah, I definitely agree. There's a lot more weirdos in this fandom and such that people would like to admit. It's like, people like to just say, no, we're normal, okay? We're normal. We're like everyone else. No, we are weird. We are weird, and that's okay. People need to kind of understand that in the fandom. We are weird.
It is the flawed product of a deranged mind.
And that's okay. It's okay to be weird. It's okay, as long as you're not hurting anyone or anything, and, you know, yeah. I respect that in its entirety. I've always been on the opinion people should be allowed to express themselves however they feel most comfortable. So long as you aren't harming anyone or oppressing anyone, there's no harm, no foul. People are judgmental as crap. That's never going to change. I have a dude call me a... I'm not even going to say that. I have a servo the other night for standing in line in pink tights. I'm a dude. I mean, yeah, it really doesn't take much for other people to say something about you, no matter what you're kind of wearing and such. Like, I don't know, wearing like Space Jam 2 specifically on my shirt, and I would get a lot of shit for that. And it's like, I just thought it was just a nice looking shirt. Calm the hell down. Yeah, it really doesn't take much for, you know, to get called gay or something like that. It's just like, yeah, because he just wore pink tights, you know, who cares? Who cares? It's an article of clothing. At least he was wearing clothing. I don't really care personally. Adelaideans are very judgmental, and I've gotten dirty looks for my outfits, golf/alt. I'm trying to think if I find Adelaide to be judgmental. I mean, yeah, sure, but everywhere is. Everywhere's judgmental.
Imagine going through your whole life looking like that.
Yeah, sure, do get weird looks, but you would get kind of weird looks anywhere, especially if you're wearing a fursuit or wearing just furry things. You absolutely will get weird looks. That's not just Adelaide, that's everywhere. Same on the dirty looks with my fashion sense. People really can't handle someone who looks different, and is simply self-expression by one of the oldest forms of art. Clothing. Yep, agreed. I guess a lot of the people who are giving the dirty looks grew up in a time when the satanic panic was still a thing. Yeah, and it's like, I get it, but that's been over for the last decade, exactly. Skipping over some of the replies and just going straight to like some of the just like the comments and such. Just this one person just, they exist. What's your opinion on furries? They exist. Yeah, we do. Horses for courses, do your thing. Hi, my camera just died, and I also got really warm, so I took off my jumper. So, apologies for everything. But yeah, I don't think I've heard the term horses for courses before. I like it. It rolls off the tongue nicely. It's extremely effing weird, and I think there's something off. I think there's something off at you. But as long as you're not bothering anyone, whatever, learn to spell, please. Like, again, yeah, I happily agree, it's weird, but there's nothing off about us. There's nothing off about us. Even though, yes, I dress like this, there's nothing off about me. There's other things off about me, but this isn't one of them. It's fine to think something's weird, but do you think every furry generally acts like an animal or something? That's a very good question. When someone thinks furries are weird, from what I heard, it's usually because they think we act like animals or wear it around 24/7. And personally, hell no. I see it as being different than a mascot, only it can come from creativity and such. Absolutely agree. Dressing up as an animal in public is enough for me to consider you weird. Admittedly, I'm not fully informed on the furry community, but I also believe it has tied in with sexual kinks. Of course you do, of course you do. Fully acknowledge that may not be correct. Good job. But yeah, an adult dressing up as an animal to satisfy some kind of urge or desire is very weird by itself. That's a weird way to put it, because it's definitely not a desire. I don't desire to wear this. This thing is hot. This thing is warm. I don't like wearing this sometimes. I don't. I can barely see what's on my phone right now. And then, yeah, it's not like an urge. I don't have an urge to wear this. I don't have an urge to wear this in public. Most of the time when you see people in public, or like even when I go out in public in it will be to get photos or to hang out with friends and, who have similar interests. It's not that weird compared to what other people do in this world, it's one of the more harmless things out there. But yes, there is a sexual side to it. Absolutely do not deny that. That's not one of the things that is happening in public. It might not be because you're a furry and they understand the implications of that, but because people are uncomfortable with masks hiding identities, part of the thing that scares people with clowns. What? I don't like clowns because I don't like the makeup. I don't like heavily maked up people, and just, they have a fake smile on their face, and it's like, I don't trust you. It's got nothing to do with, hiding their identities or something like that. I'm personally scared of mascot costumes. Well, yeah, that's your personal thing. I find they'd be too large with unchanging, creepy smiles. I don't know who is in there, and if I really feel safe letting a kid near them. What does concern me with the furry community is that I think they are using masks and characters to avoid vulnerability and intimacy with other humans. What? And IMO, that seems really lonely. No. Here's the thing. Let's be real here. There's a lot of furries in the furry community who are lonely, who are seen as different already, and just don't have friends and all that. And then they join the furry community, and bam, now they have friends. Now they're not lonely. So the idea of they're avoiding, they dress up in masky characters to avoid vulnerability and intimacy with other humans. No. People dress up as furries and that to get attention, kind of thing, and have that intimacy with other people. Hell, again, there's that sexual side, which is intimacy. So that is a weird way to put it. A lot of furries do use them to avoid direct contact with others, but it's usually due to having massive pre-existing social anxiety or autism, mental health issues and disabilities are very commonplace in the furry world. Yes, absolutely. But I don't think furries use these things, use fursuits, which is what I'm assuming you're talking about, to avoid direct contact. I really don't understand what you mean here. A lot of furries do use them to avoid direct contact with others. If you're going to dress up like this, you're going to get attention. You're going to interact with others. No, a lot of people with mental health issues or disabilities or whatever, as you put it, will want to interact with other people as this character, as this big giant costume, I definitely see that a lot more with those people. They want to interact with others. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of people who are on the spectrum who don't like to be touched. That's, very fair enough. But then they get into costume and that kind of disappears because it's not really them being touched kind of thing. I don't know, that just seems like a weird way to kind of put it to me. My 100% honest, off-the-cut opinion. Don't care for them. Yeah, that's fair. You don't have to. Something about the costumes creep me out at a lizard brain level. Doesn't help that despite attempt in the past, I can't get what their deal is. Not everyone has to kind of get our deal. Not everyone can understand it. That's perfectly fine. I still don't understand it. It's weird. I don't know. But I'm here. I'm queer. I exist. I don't know what I am.
You are gay!
But most of the few I've seen in public seem to walk around with pro-psychological abuse stickers? What? What does that even mean? Like what? Do you mean don't bully me, I'll come? Do you mean stuff like that? Because it's a joke, it's a meme. It's like, I don't understand what that means. That's so weird. And it's not just furries who definitely have those kind of stickers. It's not for me, but from a creative point of view, I do respect the work that go into fursuits. It's nice to have hobbies. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's good. Best to wear it out when a convention is happening. People care less when people are dressed up. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, people won't really ask any questions or anything like that. But at the same time, you know, if you see like one or two people dressed up, like, leave them alone, you know? Doesn't bother me. If I'm not bothering or harming anyone, then okay. Actually, I think it's interesting. Oh, I might be a furry here, might be a future furry. I think of it like a personalized custom mascot costume. Essentially, yeah. A subgenre of cosplaying in a way. I used to be a regular at cosplaying, and I got weird looks too in general public, when not at AvCon or other conventions. I'm sure, but almost never harassment in person. Though it happens sometimes online where people think that they are keyboard warriors. It does no one any good to ruin the day for no good reason. Being weird is more interesting than being normal. That's very true. Being weird is so much more fun. It's so much more interesting. Being normal is so boring. Okay, yep, I love this one. It's effing hot for that shit. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Being in Australia, having this as a hobby, not the smartest idea. Yeah, definitely not the smartest idea. Can't imagine being like an African furry, you know? So stinky, so hot, so musky. Even now that it's cold, the house is really cold, but I don't know, it's Australia, so I'm warm in this thing. I don't mind them, not for me. God knows Adelaide needs more of it to counter the brain drain. You know, that's fair. Everyone always talks about how boring Adelaide is, that there's nothing that happens in Adelaide. But when you see something interesting, something different, you hate it. Like, or try to kick us away, or tell us you're weird, or that kind of stuff. I mean, at least something's happening. At least you could say, hey, I saw a bunch of furries today, you know, just jumping around, you know. You can, at least there's something you saw that was interesting and different, you know, than the boring same old Adelaide weirdos. Rude. How rude of you. I don't know, man. I feel like furries have a bad reputation, as they're perceived to be imagining themselves in the bodies of animals, and by extension, will therefore support or partake in bestiality. I don't personally believe this. Good man. Well, girl, non-binary, or them, and they. Good. I don't personally believe this. I think you guys are weird for sure. Me too. But I guess it's just the next level after cat ears. I mean, essentially, you start at the cat ears, you start at getting like a tail, and then suddenly, poof, transformation, you're furry now. But yeah, exactly. People really think that we imagine ourselves that we are the animal and we want to be treated as such. That's not true at all. People, like the general public, seem to forget the part that we're furry animals. We are animals that walk and talk like humans. The only difference is we're an animal. That's it. I must admit, I don't get it, but that's pretty much a me problem. Yeah, basically. As much as I don't get the culture, I also don't give a fuck what other people are into as long as it causes no harm to anyone else. I actually like that people are interested in different things, as life would be pretty boring otherwise. Exactly. Again, it's weird, but being weird is fun. It's different, it's interesting. It's an interesting life for sure. Honestly, so long as you aren't hurting anyone or anyone else, do whatever F that makes you happy. Who am I to judge? We all have sensitivities. That word, yeah. All good, each to their own. Okay, so far so good. There's nothing too awful here. Mostly harmless. I was adjacent at best, enjoyed a few barbecue gatherings in the late 1990s, early 2000s, where the actual topic of a subculture didn't really come up aside from a joke or two. But there's always some who make it their entire identity until they learn to socialize beyond it. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah, there are people who will only kind of do things if it's with the furries, if they can have their tails on and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, sure, they do kind of make it their whole personality, yeah. The few in SA that I still know are in their 40s, 50s now, and don't join in the local community much at all, but we all keep our goofy avatars because it's a bit of fun. Yeah, that's for sure. A lot of the older ones don't really show up much anymore. Like, you go to the meets now, and it's so many new young people, and that's great. That's absolutely great. But yeah, all the old people kind of moved off and doing their own things, found their own little friend groups, and yeah, it's a bit all over the place. I was weirded out by furries for a while, but I've come to realize it's no different than cosplay, roleplay, geek community, etc. They're just people expressing themselves. Exactly. They make great money for artists. Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. The fursuits are incredibly well made. Thank you. And as a whole, as long as they're not hurting anyone else and are enjoying themselves, is no problem. I'm a cricket zibble with a couple through gaming and they're amazing people. Acquaintances. That's the word. That's how you say that word. I'm a whiter. I know words, I swear. I think it's cool. I love people expressing themselves in creative and weird ways. Plus, I've never met a more welcoming community than the furries. Anyone having harmless fun expressing themselves is good in my books. Thank you very much. Those suits generally don't look like they get washed often. Ouch. Ouch. I wash my suit. Sometimes. It's been a little bit. I just use like a fursuit spray that kills all the germs, all the alcohol, spray, kills all the germs and stuff. It has been a little bit since I washed him, but it's because I don't really need to. I only just wear the head, so I, spray the insides of it, make sure it's all nice and all that. But yeah, like, wooed. You do you, boo. Ain't my thing, but ain't gotta judge. I do get weirded out by the NSFW side of furries. I mean, sure, yeah, you absolutely can be weirded out by it. I will say that. Yeah, you can absolutely be weirded out by it. There's a lot of bonded stuff that I'm really weirded out by. You know what? One thing I'm weirded out by is when you're basically just completely trapped, unable to move or such. I like touching. I like tasting. I like being able to just hold someone and just do use my hands and all that. I don't understand the whole just like being trapped and unable to move and all that kind of stuff. I find that weird, but yeah, I'm allowed to find that weird. So you can absolutely find the furry stuff weird, absolutely. I find the anthropomorphic drawings horrific, but I grew up the bowels of demon art, so I saw shite I never should have when under 13. Lol. I mean, yeah, okay, so maybe you haven't seen the furry stuff now. DeviantArt, yeah, there's probably, very questionable furry stuff on there. But if you find the right artist, you find the right characters, you might be interested in it, who knows. There's some, amazing artworks out there. So it really depends on what you saw. The, anthropomorphic drawings, horrific. That's a bit much to say it like that. If you find the right art, yeah, so it really depends on what you saw. Like, you saw, low quality Sonic artwork or something like that, then sure. But trust me, there's some really good stuff out there. I'm a kitten player, which is a very different thing. It doesn't sound it. It uses animal behavior to enter a regressed mindset for the purpose of receiving care, whether self-care or power exchange. But we're still doing cute things like fluffy ears and collars, because it makes us feel cute, sexy, and helps us get into the mindset. AKA, I'm a bona fide Kickstarter weirdo. I ain't judging the incredible effort that goes into your costume until we get to the gift stuff. But you're a kitten player. You like wearing the ears and the collars. And you say that you find the artwork horrific. Yeah, you are judgmental. You are a judgmental person. I'm sorry, but you have a pretty extreme kink that a lot of people would find to be just disgusting and weird. So for you to say, oh, you're disgusting, basically, I don't like you, I don't like this, yeah, that's problematic. It's kind of just like, you're not allowed to say that when you call yourself a kitten player. To me, you're just, that's my opinion anyway. I find it a little odd, but it's doing no harm and it's none of my business, and it makes you happy, then all good. Fair enough. Yeah, again, there's a lot of good stuff. I think they are pretty chill, but I might be a little biased. Hides his tiger paws. Okay, yeah, so you're a furry too. But so far, so good. I do think the furries did find this little thing. I know they did, because I did post it to the Telegram group. Hi guys, if any of you are watching this still for some reason, hi. But yeah, so they definitely commented on a lot of this stuff. But there's also, well, one right here. Lame. That's fair. Do you dress up like this at home when you're just by yourself? Yeah, people do think this. There are people, this generally happens, that people think that we dress up like this randomly. Like, obviously, I'm dressing up like this at home, but it's because I'm making a video. We don't just wear our fursuit around the house. I mean, I know there are people who do that sometimes when, it's cold or something like that. I don't think they'll do it in the summer. If you do, you are crazy. Don't do that. But yeah, they do generally think that we will wear these 24/7, and it's weird. It's very weird that people generally think that. Okay, well, yep, okay, so here's a bit of a long one here. I'll have a crack at giving my opinion on furries, based upon what I know about the phenomena that is furries. In my opinion, there would be a plethora of reasons that lead to a person choosing to become a furry, I hypothesize. That a large majority of furries are likely people who disassociate themselves from the human being that they are as a coping mechanism for life. Oh, that's a deep one. I mean, I do hate being a human. Humans absolutely suck. So there's a part of me that can actually understand this. It's really weirdly said, but there's a small part of me that can understand this, because humans do suck. I do desire a world that is full of and-free animals where people can be the animals that they want to be, and you don't have to worry about body issues or anything like that, because you all got perfect fur and perfect hair and all this stuff, and yeah, I do dream of that over the human world, which sucks. That a large majority of furries are likely people who have attached themselves to this identity as a result of not loving themselves as they already are. Again, that's kind of deep, and I totally understand. I hate that I do actually understand that. But, it's not like I don't love myself, but I do desire other things. I do desire perfect fur, perfect skin, I guess. Nice hair. I do have lovely hair, but it's also a mess, and I don't really have much control over it. Well, this, I have a bit more control over what I can do. And obviously, yeah, when you draw your characters, you kind of draw them the way you want them to be. You make a persona in the way that you want to kind of look. So there's a part of me that understands it, but it does sound like it's coming from a hateful place. Let's read on. That negative thinking patterns have likely contributed to a human being decided to alter their identity to that of an animal. It's not negatives. For a lot of people, this is just a character. It's just a character to play, nothing more than that. There's definitely those who, will take it steps and steps further than that. But there's a lot of people who are just, it's just a character, it's just for fun. That the reactions and negativity displayed by the general public towards furries further galvanizes a furry's endeavors to be a furry. What? No? I mean, yeah, there is that whole idea of just you can't do this, so I'm definitely gonna do that thing. Absolutely. But the idea of just, furries are hated, so I'm going to be a furry. I'm going to be more furry. No, that is weird. I get it, but that's really also really dumb. That the appearance of a human being disguised as a furry, including other methods of disguises, creates uncertainty amongst the general public as the intentions of that human being in disguise. I mean, I'm uncertain about everyone in the general public. No one is safe. We don't know these people walking around the mall. We don't know them. We don't know what their things that they will do are. I would much prefer to see fursuiters walking around than just regular people. Because, for one, what's a fursuiter going to do? They're in a soft padded kind of outfit. If they're going to throw punches at you, it's just going to be all soft and fluffy. If a normal person throws punches at you, you're going to get hurt. You can't exactly go robbing a place, because trying to run around in fursuit paws is not easy. Trying to run away from just stealing something, I was going to say someone, it's not easy to do in fursuit, that's for sure. There's only so much a fursuiter can do compared to a normal person. A normal person is much, much, much scarier than a fursuiter. So the idea of just like someone being scared of a fursuiter because they don't know their identity is so stupid, because even if I can see your face and everything, I don't know your identity. I don't know who you are. That whilst there may be irresponsible furries, they are guilty by association at large by the general public for their extreme behaviours. But, oh, okay, I see what you mean. That, like, yeah, just by being a furry, you are a bad guy. But I don't know what that has to do with anything. You only need to see that furries create and use... You only need to see that furries create and use sex toys based on animal aesthetics, including of a phallic nature, to see that their thinking is distorted. I'd like to hear back what you have to say about this. You know what I have to say about that? It's not just furries who use those toys. A lot of, like, there's, like, monster or alien kind of dicks and toys you could buy. It's not just furries who buy the animal ones. The horse toys are very popular by everyone. Not just furries. That's what my argument is on that. A lot of people use them because they're just fun, they're different, they're interesting, compared to just buying a normal, boring, human-looking dick kind of toy. That's so boring. It's really not just furries who create these toys. And even then, they're just toys. They don't mean anything. Oh my god, someone strange? Break out the tarred feathers. I'll be curiously staring, but generally going, whatever. Yeah, that's fine to me. I do the same with people smoking as well. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. The what now? Fair enough. Last one here. It's effing weird, man, and the culture that goes along with it is perverse. According to you, furry is a pretty hard kind of thing to get your head around. I do understand that. But it's not as perverse as you think it is. Not in that kind of way. Not in those kind of ways. Yes, people like to have sex in these things. Absolutely. Why do you think we have mouth holes? To breathe out of them, but... Bad joke. Yes, people do have sex in these things. People do like getting naughty artworks of their characters and of animal-like characters. But that's not any more perverse than the rest of the world who had, what is one of the most popular porns out there? What is one of the most popular ones out there? It's barely legal. It's barely legal stuff. That's messed up. But they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about how disgusting that is and how old people will gladly watch someone who's barely 18, which generally probably means they're probably 16 or 17 when they filmed it. Let's be real here, because the porn industry is messed up. But they don't want to talk about that. No, it's the furries that are wrong who make animal dildos, even though everyone else also buys them. No, it's not us that are perverse ones. Absolutely not. Barely 18, barely legal is one of the most disgusting porn categories to me. Absolutely, it's disgusting. Because a lot of those a lot of them are kids. Let's be real. Anyway, I do apologize for this video. I'm really tired. I've been in a bad headspace lately, to be honest. I'm not taking my medication because it's been really, really bad, so I'm kind of weaning myself off them and so I can start a different one. So I've been a bit all over the place. My camera card filled up multiple times. This has been a very stressful filming session. It's been very stressful. I'm sorry if it's very long. I'll cut it down, work it out, all that kind of stuff. I do hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please do give it a like. It really helps me out. My last video didn't do very well, so please do give this one a like. Do give it a comment. Just comment whatever. Even that. Just comment whatever down below. Or yeah, let me know if you do want to see more of just like Reddit videos or Am I the A-hole videos or whatever you would like to see. Please do. It really, really helps me out. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. Please do give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I'll love you if you do. Hit that bell icon. And if this fox says I gotta sneeze, please don't. Not in this thing. This fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.